The turning point is personal responsibility. Self-respect creates self-discipline. There comes a moment in every person's life when the noise fades and a simple truth becomes impossible to ignore. Nothing changes until you decide to change. Not your environment, not your friends, not your past, and not your luck. The real turning point is personal responsibility. Success begins the day you stop handing your power to circumstances and start claiming ownership of your life. For a long time, it's easy to believe that life is happening to you. The economy is bad. Opportunities are limited. People didn't support you. You didn't get the right break at the right time. These explanations sound reasonable, and that's why they are dangerous. They keep you comfortable, but they keep you stuck. The moment you accept full responsibility for where you are, even if it's unfair, something powerful happens. You regain control. Personal responsibility is not about blame, it's about freedom. When you stop blaming others, you stop waiting. And when you stop waiting, you start moving. You realize that even if you didn't create every problem in your life, you are responsible for solving them. That realization is not heavy, it's empowering. It means your future is no longer in someone else's hands. When you take responsibility, you stop asking, why did this happen to me? And you start asking, what am I going to do about it? That single shift changes everything. You begin to see obstacles as lessons, failures as feedback, and challenges as training grounds. Life stops feeling like a punishment and starts feeling like a classroom. This is where taking yourself seriously begins, because responsibility demands honesty. It demands that you look at your habits, your choices, and your routines without excuses. You start recognizing patterns, why your finances look the way they do, why your health feels the way it does, why your goals keep getting delayed. And instead of feeling discouraged, you feel awakened. Awareness is the first step toward growth. Once responsibility is accepted, self-respect begins to grow, and self-respect changes how you live. You no longer treat your time casually. You stop wasting hours doing things that give you nothing in return. You begin to understand that your life is an asset, and assets must be managed with care. Self-respect is the quiet force behind self-discipline. Discipline is not punishment, it's self-care at the highest level. It's saying no to what weakens you so you can say yes to what strengthens you. When you respect yourself, you don't need constant motivation. You act because it aligns with who you are becoming. You start doing simple things differently. You wake up when you said you would, you prepare instead of rushing, you finish what you start. These actions may seem small, but they send a powerful message to your mind. I can trust myself, and trust in yourself is the foundation of confidence. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you build inner strength. Every time you break one, you weaken it. Self-discipline grows not from dramatic changes, but from consistent, intentional choices. It grows when you decide that your future deserves more than your comfort today. Taking yourself seriously means you stop negotiating with your lower standards. You don't wait to feel like it. You don't rely on pressure from others. You act because you've decided that your life is worth the effort. And when self-respect and responsibility come together, they create momentum. Momentum that quietly, steadily moves you toward success. Small daily commitments build big futures. Your standards determine your results. Most people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in a day. They look for a breakthrough, a miracle moment, a sudden transformation. But success doesn't respond to dramatic promises. It responds to daily commitments. The future you want is built quietly through small decisions made consistently, especially on days when no one is watching and no applause is coming. Small commitments may not feel powerful in the moment. Reading 10 pages, waking up 30 minutes earlier, saving a small amount of money, practicing a skill for a short time. These actions seem almost insignificant, but significance is not found in the size of the action. It's found in the consistency of it. Small disciplines, repeated daily, have a way of gaining strength over time. Think of your life as a direction rather than a single event. Every small choice is a vote for the person you are becoming. When you honor small commitments, you begin to trust the process. You stop asking, is this enough? And start believing, this is adding up. And that belief keeps you going long after excitement fades. The problem is not that people don't know what to do, it's that they dismiss the power of doing little things well. They wait until they feel ready, confident, or inspired. But readiness is not a requirement for progress. Commitment is. You don't need a perfect plan, you need a practiced one. Daily commitments create structure, and structure creates freedom. When your actions are intentional, your life becomes less chaotic. You stop living in reaction mode and start living with purpose. Over time, these small commitments compound, and compounding is quiet, patient, and unstoppable. As your daily actions improve, something else begins to change. Your standards. Standards are the invisible rules you live by. They determine what you accept, what you tolerate, and what you walk away from. And whether you realize it or not, your standards are shaping your results every single day. Life always rises or falls to the level of your standards, not your wishes. You may want better health, but if you tolerate poor habits, your results will reflect tolerance, not desire. You may want success, but if you tolerate excuses, distractions, and inconsistency, life will give you exactly what you allow. Raising your standards doesn't mean demanding perfection. It means refusing to accept less than your potential. It means deciding that certain behaviors no longer fit the future you're trying to build. You stop asking what's convenient and start asking what's required. When standards rise, choices become clearer. You no longer debate whether to do what's necessary. You've already decided. You don't negotiate with habits that hold you back. You don't tolerate environments that drain your energy. You don't stay comfortable in places where growth is no longer happening. Higher standards require courage because they may separate you from old patterns, old comfort zones, and sometimes old versions of yourself. But that separation is part of progress. You can't build a new future while holding on to standards that created your past. As you commit daily and raise your standards, confidence begins to grow, not from words, but from evidence. Evidence that you are becoming disciplined, evidence that you are reliable, evidence that you are serious about your life. And that evidence changes how you see yourself, how others see you, and how life responds to you. Growth requires discomfort and consistency. The decision to change must be non-negotiable. Growth is rarely loud and almost never comfortable. If comfort created success, everyone would be living extraordinary lives. But growth asks something different of you. It asks you to step into uncertainty, to stretch beyond what feels familiar, and to stay committed even when progress feels slow. The discomfort you feel when you're growing is not a warning sign. It's confirmation that you are expanding. Every meaningful improvement in your life will challenge the old version of you. New habits feel awkward at first. Discipline feels heavy before it feels empowering. Consistency feels boring before it becomes rewarding. And this is where most people turn back, not because they are incapable, but because they mistake discomfort for failure. In reality, discomfort is simply the price of becoming more. Consistency is what transforms effort into results. Talent without consistency fades. Motivation without consistency disappears. But small actions, repeated with discipline, reshape your identity. You don't become confident by hoping. You become confident by showing up again and again, even on days when your energy is low and your progress feels invisible. The truth is, growth often feels unrewarding before it feels worthwhile. You may work hard with little recognition. You may change while others stay the same. You may outgrow old habits, conversations, and even relationships. This can feel lonely, but loneliness in growth is temporary, while regret lasts much longer. When you choose consistency, you begin to operate from principle instead of emotion. You stop letting moods dictate your actions. You do what needs to be done because it aligns with your future, not because it feels good in the moment. And over time, what once felt difficult becomes normal. What once required effort becomes your standard. At some point, growth demands a deeper decision. The decision to change without negotiation. Not a wish, not a resolution, not a promise you break when life gets inconvenient. A decision. Because decisions backed by action create power. A non-negotiable decision removes debate from your mind. It ends the cycle of starting and stopping. When a decision is non-negotiable, excuses lose their influence. You no longer ask, "Should I?" You simply ask, "How will I?" This shift changes your relationship with challenges. Problems become tasks. Obstacles become adjustments. Failure becomes feedback, not a reason to quit. Life responds differently when you become decisive. Opportunities appear because you're prepared. People take you seriously because you take yourself seriously. Momentum builds because you're no longer wasting energy on hesitation. The moment you decide that change is no longer optional, you stop waiting for permission to succeed. And here is the most powerful truth of all. The life you want is not reserved for the lucky, the gifted, or the privileged. It is reserved for the committed, for those willing to grow when it's uncomfortable, people to stay consistent when it's hard and to stand by their decision when it would be easier to walk away. So, let today be the line you draw in your life. The day you stop negotiating with your potential. The day you stop waiting for the perfect moment. The day you decide that your future deserves your discipline, your effort, and your belief. Because success does not begin when the world changes. It begins the moment you do.